Alright guys, this is part 2 of my NBA 2K16 MyTeam Wishlist. In part 1, I talked about how to make my team a longer game mode, how to improve all of the type of game modes in my team, such as Road to the Playoffs, Domination Challenges, and a couple little things on rewards from those game modes. Today, I'm going to be talking all about the auction house, how to improve it from this year, how to make it better, how to add some stuff to it, what they need to do to improve it, and maybe just some things that are broken this year that they need to make sure aren't broken next year. So stay with me. I'm gonna be rambling a lot this video, guys. Talking about the auction house is kind of tough because it's hard to break it into sections. Like my last video, I kind of broke it into a couple sections, but this one it's just like it's all like a bunch of mini little problems that you can't really like relate to each other. So it might sound like rambling, but these are all things I feel like I need to address. Alright, so this is the first year of the auction block in NBA 2K MyTeam. This is the first year we've had it. Now, it's been good, but it's also been bad. It's been fun, but it's been terrible at times because cards don't have that much value. And there's always been a glitch here and there with the auction block. One of the glitches I'm talking about right now is there's some players who you just can't search for some reason. They're on there, such as Drew Gooden, for example. Search up Drew Gooden III. You hit X, search. He's not there. Why isn't he there? It's Drew freaking Gooden. He's not rare or anything. Why isn't he there? You erase his name. You just go search by Wizards. Let me just search by the Wizards. Let me keep on going. I believe he's a bronze, so I search by bronze. We'll just find him. There he is, Drew Gooden, right there. But for some reason, I couldn't search him. I searched his name. Get off Wizards, or we can even go on Wizards just to show you. It suggested his name too, Drew Gooden. But when I search it, it doesn't show up. So in 2K16, we can't have stuff like that. I think I told people about this before, but it hasn't been fixed. It's not really that big of a deal, but it's just like small things that could definitely be fixed in the game. And it also happened with Onyx Ron Artest. Now this is actually a bigger deal in my opinion because he is a rare card. He is a card that a lot of people, well, some people want. I don't really want him, but he's a card that a lot of people want. But they go in the auction block, they're like, oh, I can't find him. Where is he? And they're like, oh, I guess there's none on the block. But you're wrong. There are some on the block. You just go by Onyx, you just go by Pacers, and you'll see there are, I believe, like 2 or 3 Ron Artest. I made sure this was still a glitch. Yeah, Ron Artest, 2 or 3 of them. So that's something that definitely needs to be fixed next year. Now we're going to be talking about some of the things they need to add. So the auction block, there's a lot of things, or a good amount of things you could search by. I'm gonna reset. So good amount of things you could search by. You could search by position, you could search by tier, you can search by name, you could search by conference, you could search by division, team, min, bid, max buyout, min buyout, all these different attributes. But you got all these different attributes. No one really searches by these attributes. What they want to search by is straight up overall. Like, they don't care about all these stats. Like, no one goes in, oh, he has to have a 75 shot close, an 82 mid. No one does that. What we want is we want overall rating. So you can just, you can keep all these just for fun in case some people like to use them, but have one where it's just like overall. What's the player overall? So I want say this is overall. I want at least an 80 or at least an 85. I want a Ruby, and I want I want a point guard. Yep, 85 overall point guard Ruby. Okay, now you get here. These aren't all 85. Well, actually, they probably are over 85, but it should be by player overall is what I'm saying. Now you get here. Now you have all this big pile, and it's all timed. Now, I like how it's timed. I like how it is timed. That's cool. That's a good idea. But you should be able to change it. You should be able to filter within the auction block, so I can say, all right, I want to find the one with the lowest price, and then I'm just going to scoop them up. So I can hit like Y right now, go down, say filter by lowest price, and then buy it. Or you could filter by most contracts, filter by best deal, filter by lowest bid price, filter by the time, filter by whatever you want. You should be able to filter this so you don't have to going through the auction block and hoping, oh, this is the lowest one, I think. I don't know. Should I buy it? Should I buy it? I don't know. Should I buy it? Like, you shouldn't have to do that. You should be able to just filter and see what is the best deal. What is the best one to buy for your MT. Next. All of this, the consumables and the team items. The team items are better, but the consumables. This is just a big old cluster. This is just a big old cluster. You search contract, attribute, you search badges. Let's take badges for example. You don't do any of the buy and bid and all that crap. you see all these badges. Like, which one should I buy? I don't know. There's so many of them. There are so many of them. You need to be able to search by whatever badge you want. So I want a posterizer. Let me search by posterizer. I don't want all these random badges, and I don't want to have to go through, digging through, trying to find the best price just to find a posterizer. This is also something where you could definitely use the little filter thing, so you could just filter for the best price for your posterizer. But yeah, I don't want to have to go searching through all this stuff just to find a posterizer. Like, just let me search posterizer. That'll make it a lot easier. Also, same with attribute cards. Let me just attribute boosts and all that. That should be the same with team items as well, but that's kind of harder to do because there's so many different varieties. Something I forgot to talk about in players, which is actually a big deal. I knew I'd be rambling. I knew I'd be forgetting something, but you should be able to search by legends, man. It sucks that you go to Bulls, you want to find like some Bulls legends. You don't want like the Nikola Mirotic. You don't want all those dudes. But it's just such a big cluster. There's so many little cards in here, and when you do find like a legend you want, there might be like 3 or 4 versions of them, and it's hard to remember which one you do indeed want. So you should be able to search by historic teams. Maybe you have the normal team, NBA team, and then you have a legends team, or you have team and then you have a little thing under it where it's the year. So say there's like 6 Bulls teams in the game. You search, okay, 96 Bulls, 98 Bulls, all that different stuff. So you have to be able to search by historic players. It makes it a lot easier. It makes working the auction block a lot easier. It makes getting through the auction block a lot easier and all that stuff just by being able to search by legends. It's a simple thing. It's simple to add. I believe it definitely should be added into the game next year. Another thing, the tax. 15%. When you sell a card in the auction block, they take 15% away. I know, yeah, there should be a tax. Tax is there so you can't really exploit the game. You can't farm accounts as well. It takes away some of your farming abilities, but 15%'s a little steep. That's a lot of tax. Like that's a high tax. Like, can you at least lower it down to 5, maybe 10? Like 15 is pretty steep. I'd like to see that lowered for sure. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I would definitely like to see that being lowered. Another thing I want to talk about. In 2K15, on the auction block, you put up a card, it'll usually end up on the block within 10 to 15 minutes later, because the auction block updates every 15 minutes, and an update might be coming soon. So we're gonna, what are we gonna do? I don't know how we're gonna search this, but yeah, I believe it comes in like at every 15 minutes, an update comes to the auction block. Let's just say a player, or not Onyx, let's do like a Ruby. Let's do a Ruby. Ruby, Scottie Pippen. Let's see if someone puts up a Scottie Pippen in this update. I believe an update's coming. So every 15 minutes an update comes to the auction block, and that's when all the cards are posted. So it's when you post your card, sometimes you wait 5, 10, 15 minutes for it to be on the block. I don't like that. I think it should be as soon as you put your card up, as soon as it says done, your card is up, that card should be on the block for people to go get. I don't like how it takes 15 minutes to put a card up. I don't know if they purposely did that or if that's just how it ended up working out, but I really don't like that. I don't like it at all. Like, it's like all the cards come out in 15 minutes, and it's kind of just like a big cluster when that happens. You don't know what to do. You got people just waiting every 15 minutes to snipe all the cards, stuff like that. I don't like the 15-minute update thing. It just slows everything down, especially on like the Throwback Thursday days when you just want to see the cards and you have to wait all this time to see if there's cards up. So now let's see if that Scottie Pippen's up again. I don't know why I went away from it, but yeah, let's see if there's more than, I believe there was, I don't remember. I think there was like 9 or 10. Oh, well, I don't know if it updated. It might have, but yes, the auction block updates every 15 to 30 minutes. I don't want that in 2K16. I don't want it at all. I think that definitely needs to be fixed or changed. If they don't change it, it's not that huge of a deal. It's just something that bothers me that I don't really like. Also, when auctioning players, so I'm going to get a player in my auction, John Jenkins, sure, why not? When auctioning players, you should have more, like, you should be able to change the prices around, like, 500, especially for some of the badges and all of that, it's kind of low. Like, you should be able to put it lower, or it's kind of high, the starting wise, it's kind of high. You should be able to like maybe start it off at 100, maybe 250, something like that. I just don't like the starting prices being 500, because then there's a lot of cards that you can't even sell in the auction block. Which brings me to another point about cards in general, and this is a problem. I've talked to devs, or not devs, I've talked to LD about this before. I don't know if it was ever changed, but a player like Mark Eaton, let me find him. I don't know if it's still a glitch. If it is, then yeah, but I definitely know I told LD about this. A player like Mark Eaton. A lot of these players, their quick sell value is terrible. 100 MT for a gold player. That is clearly messed up. Like, look at that. Rolando Balkman. He's a lower overall than Mark Eaton, and he has 1,050. Dale Ellis, 1,050. Mark Jackson should be higher than 150. Alex English, 1,200. Dantley has the same problem with 150. They need to make sure that stupid stuff like this little 150, that shouldn't happen, man. That shouldn't happen. Like, just small things like that need to be fixed, need to be adjusted, need to be looked over. David Thompson, why is he 200 MT? He's a gold player. Connie Hawkins, why is he 150 MT? He's a gold player as well. It's just small things like that really need to be updated, really need to be looked at a little more. I know most people aren't really quick selling these players, but it's getting to a point where those players are that common where, yes, sometimes they are players that will be quick sold, and that the prices definitely need to be adjusted. They need to be how they're supposed to be. They need to be even with everyone else. There's no reason why one gold player should just be 100 for no reason. It's just small things like that need to be changed to improve the game for next year. I talked about a ton of stuff in the auction house today. I hope. Oh, one last thing. I've been rambling this whole video, but yeah, it's kind of been hard to follow along. But one last thing, player comparisons. You should be able to maybe see, like, you search by point guard. Say you search by point guard. All right, we're searching by point guard. Maybe you have your starting point guards or 3 of your best point guard stats. You could be able to hit a button, say I hit X right now, and then you have this Tim Hardaway compared to my Onyx D Rose and my Ruby Magic Johnson and my Emerald Russell Westbrook. So it's just comparing stuff on the auction block just to make it easier. It's just small things like that just to make the auction block just a little better, just to make it more fun to use, easier to use, more efficient, more effective, all that stuff, just to make it better, just to make the game better. That's what I'm trying to do with these videos. I'm not trying to hate. I'm not trying to point out all the flaws in the game. I'm not trying to like cause ruckus in the community. I'm not trying to yell at Ronnie, yell at LD. No, I'm trying to make the game better. That's what I want. I want NBA 2K16 to be better than 15. I want 17 to be better than 16. I want the game to be better. That's why I make videos like this. That's why I am doing this right now. That's why I'm going over, maybe some of it seems like small things, but when you want to create the best game, small things do matter. That's why I've talked about all these things today. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Tell me in the comments if you think I missed anything in this video that should have been discussed. Maybe I'll make a part 2 of this auction house video. Tell me also any comments you have on my team, what you want for 2K16 my team, all that stuff. Just let me know in the comments down below. I love hearing your feedback, especially when it's like long explained stuff. I love that. I don't like the little comments like, oh, auction block sucks, do this. Like, I want like explained comments. I want all that. But yes, thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. I do appreciate you guys greatly. If you haven't already, follow me on Twitch, sub me on YouTube, follow me on Twitter. It all does help me a ton, guys. I really do appreciate it greatly. Thank you for watching, and everybody have a nice day. Peace.